Hi friends, today I am going to discuss about a shortcut method. You can select a stock in 2 minutes and I'll tell you what to look at, what not to look at. Normally, buying and selecting the stock is the biggest dilemma before an investor. So in the beginning, everybody is faced with this trouble. So what I'll do is I'll take examples of maybe two stocks and I'll explain to you which one should be selected and which should not be selected. So before I proceed, I like to reiterate here that investing in stock is a risky affair. So before investing, do consult your advisor or do your own research. The purpose of this video is purely educational. So let me take up a very famous an old company from public sector, Coal India, and I'm using the software screener.in. So it's a free software to quite, and all your work can get done by this unless you want some advanced features, which has got a paid version. So here if you look at the ROC is 54.3% and ROE is 43.6% and dividend is 7.46%. Appears very lucrative from this angle. But normally we say that if ROE is more than 50%, you should consider in that stock and analyze further. So we'll go down and look at their price charts. So once you get the price chart here, let's look at maximum price range. If you see here, this stock is starting from 2011 till today and price curve is sort of like coming down here. Although ROE is very high, but the stock has not been giving a return. So this type of company where the price is fluctuating, we will not invest. We should stay away. Normally, this could be good for a day trader or one who does a very short-term trading. And some people who are doing other profession, they are the, let's say, software professionals or working in any other company and or a businessman who has very little time for spending in the stock market and then want to create a second stream of income. For them, this will be a very bad selection. And therefore, I am going to tell you which stock to select. Now look at Asian Paints. This is another stock which I have been talking from time to time. Here again, ROC is 30% and ROE is 23%. But when you look at their long-term price curve, look at the way it is going up. This upward sloping curve. So whenever, the very first thing you need to look at, the ROE should be more than 15% and this should be upward sloping curve. Now let us look at some more parameter. So Asian Paints on that criteria passes actually, and then we can put it in our selection list. Now let's look at their profit and loss. In 10 years, the sales had multiplied from 7,400 to 29,000 crores, 4.5 times. And so is the case of net profit, 843 to 3,000, about 4 times. And when you look at the parameter at the bottom, sales growth, see, is more than 10%. Normally you should look for sales growth which is more than 10%. So in 3 years, 5 years and 10 years time frame, it is giving consistently high sales growth. Similarly, profit growth also is more than 10% every year. Stock price CAGR, somebody who has invested 3 years before, he got at least 28%, 5 years before 24%, and 10 years before 25%. So Asian Paints becomes a very good bait for long-term investment. And therefore friends, now the third question comes, when to buy. So this stock is selected. Thumb rule for buying, I'll tell you. Whenever, look at the P ratio now, and P ratio for 5 years normally should look at. So here the dotted line shows the average for last 5 years. So basically it's a median P is 66. Today it is trading at about 92. So on median P it appears quite expensive. So what you could do is, since this stock is very good stock, let's look at 1 year chart actually. And 1 year it is trading below median P. So this means of late Asian Paints has got a very good rating and it will be difficult to really get this stock at a very attractive price. So it is a good time to buy. Another criteria I can tell you, when you look at the price chart, normally a thumb rule could be whenever this stock has been trading lower than 200-day moving average, that could be a good time to buy. Like here it was a good time to buy, here it was a good time to buy, this range actually. Now I think we should wait for some time till it reaches closer to 200 days moving average. So now I have told you some of the selection criteria, very simple criteria. First, look at the price trend. The curve has to be upward trending curve, upward curve, and not like Coal India where it is fluctuating and going down. And if that be the case, so that could be a good, probably a weight for traders who wants to take a position for short time or something. But for long term, this type of curve is very essential. Second thing, ROE has to be more than 15%. Sales growth should be more than 10% on different period, and equity should be more than. And for buying time, look at if the stock is trading close to 200 DMA or lower than that, grab those stocks. So I hope you got some basic criteria for buying the stock. Now I'll show you another example, Ambika Cotton. I'm just putting up, selecting something, Ambika Cotton, Ambika Cotton Mills. It's a cotton mill from South India. Look at here. Again, ROC and ROE is quite good. Dividend yield is also very good. Now let us look at the price pattern. When I do a maximum period price pattern graph, with this slide, this one, it is also a trend, upward trend. So probably on our criteria of upward looking graph, it is much better than Coal India. It fits this one, our criteria. Then profit loss, if I look at and go to the 10 years growth rate, 10-12% every year, stock CAGR, except the 5 years period which was below this one. So this also appears as a reasonably good stock. Now the last criteria for deciding whether it's a time to buy, what I'll do is I'll plot the P. So it is on 5 years average P. So from that one it appears reasonably valued, it's not overvalued. And on the criteria on 200 DMA, it is satisfying that criteria also. So although it has risen a little bit, but it's still not crossed 200 DMA. So it will be a good time to buy. So friends, I have discussed in very short how to decide about a stock, whether you should include that in your portfolio in just 2 minutes time. So if you like this particular video, please circulate in your circle through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through LinkedIn, and don't forget liking this video, put your comment, and if you have not subscribed so far, please do subscribe and put your comments so that I can bring video which will be useful to you in your investing journey. Thank you so much for your time and stay engaged.